And now we see a great river city of 1960. Here is an American city replanned around a highly developed, modern traffic system. We see some suggestion of the things to come. A world with a future in which all of us are tremendously interested. Because that is where we are going to spend the rest of our lives.
There you have it, boys and girls, ladies and gents, the 1939 World's Fair.
Wow, it's amazing how close they were with their predictions.
Yeah, they were right about people having phones in their cars.
They were just wrong about the long cords.
I'd like to know what you think you'll see in the year 2038.
No more hunger.
Right. I see a day when nobody's the first black anything anymore.
Yeah.
I see mutation. A horrible endomorphic nightmare descending upon us, cutting off all light, all life. Oh, it's here!
Excuse me, Mr. Moore. Dennis, I have good news for you.
Julia Child's the head chef at the cafeteria?
You're a finalist in the competition for a summer internship at NYU's Experimental Physics Lab. All you have to do is beat out the other 4 kids and it's yours. There's a test this weekend.
No problem. Might as well tell the other contestants to call it off. Wouldn't want to see him waste their subway fare.
That's my boy. Arvid, you help him study.
Hey, we could be study buddies.
Nah, thanks anyway, Arv. I don't need any help.
Oh, yeah? You're up against Wang, Wang, Chang, and Epstein.
What? That should accelerate your particles.
As you were.
Okay, tomorrow's Back to the Future, so do a little research, use your imaginations, have some fun, and bring in an educated guest or two, okay? Dennis? Listen, you would like to be excused from this assignment so you can concentrate on this test thing this weekend. Say so.
Thanks, Mr. Moore, but hey, it's me. No problem. Just like walking and chewing gum at the same time.
Okay, if you change your mind, let me know. I don't want you to spread yourself too... Good morning, everybody. Morning. How goes the future today?
I'll tell you tomorrow.
Arvid?
Well, hey, future looks great. We got genetic engineering, gene splicing, replacement of body parts.
We'll be able to fly from New York to Tokyo in 10 minutes.
Yeah, but it'll take you 3 hours to get to the airport. Right.
Bionic body parts. You could have a whole drawer full of spare eyes and ears and noses.
Maybe a plastic heart, like Darlene's.
Well, future doesn't sound so bad. Well, Mr. Blunden, to what do we owe this honor?
You people have been chosen for a cosmic visit from Omega Blunden, man of the future.
Well, we're very flattered, Omega Blunden. Is there anything you care to tell us?
Well, to begin with, there is no more war. Anyone even attempting to begin a war is forced to watch reruns of The New Monkeys. Ooh. Also, scientists have determined that long marriages are hazardous to your health. Therefore, all women are required to marry a new man every Tuesday.
Even with the law on your side, I bet you're still single.
Man of the future does not acknowledge your primitive jokes. And not only that, it is against the code of Niebuhr to participate in any form of obesity humor. So, no. Also, we biological units no longer require sleep. All we need are dreams, which can be easily obtained from the dream extractor. Watch as I demonstrate. Ooh, ooh, whoa, ooh. Yeah. What? I'm zabbling. Whoa. That was dream number 1.04. I can't do it too often or my ecto-wibbler will fall off.
Well, it's certainly been fascinating visiting with you, Omega Blendon. Perhaps you could make your ancient ancestor Dennis Blendon materialize?
No problem. What'd you guys think of my future?
At least you dress better.
You know, I found it long on imagination, a little short on useful information.
Dennis, you have a big test on Saturday. How did you have time to put this costume together?
I stayed up all night working on this thing.
Wait.
Studying.
That's what you were doing instead of meeting me to study?
Come on, Art. You know I can ace that test with one lobe tied behind my brain.
Well, here, I brought you this book.
New vectors in physics.
Profiles of today's hottest young physicists.
I don't need this.
Dennis, in there are profiles of Wang, Wang, Chang, and Epstein. This could help you.
Et tu, Sarah? Look, I don't need to study. What is with you people? I show a little creativity on one assignment. Everybody's jumping down my throat.
Well, Dennis, it's a big honor, and in a sense, you're representing the whole IHP.
Dennis,
Oh, look, why don't you people just relax and give me a break? I'll be fine. Mr. Moore, I gotta hand it to you. This future stuff is fun.
What is so fun about toxic waste? Or acid rain? Or even nuclear war?
3 of my favorite rock bands.
That's another thing. Indifference.
You know, Maria does make a point. These are serious concerns, and they do cloud our future.
Mr. Moore, that's like saying there's going to be a future.
Don't you think you're being a little pessimistic?
Well, how can I not be? Take the ozone layer, for instance.
I thought they fixed that.
It's worse. Look at the economy. Economic collapse is right around the corner. There's depression, there's famine, there's war.
Come on, guys, lighten up. This is the most creative assignment we've ever been given. It's fun, it's exciting, it's important. I'm with you, Mr. Moore. I eat, breathe, and sleep this stuff.
Well, I'm flattered, Omega, but Dennis should remember that he does have a test on Saturday.
Well, no perspiration, instructor. It's in the paper sack.
Dennis, it's not in the bag, okay? Look, forget the funny costume and forget the funny voice. But don't forget that you have this competition that seems to be fairly important to you.
Got it.
Dennis?
Okay.
So, how's tomorrow going today? Any better?
Well, we got it narrowed down to 2 possibilities. Brushfire war in the Middle East drawing the superpowers into a global nuclear holocaust.
Let me tell you a little story. Student says to his teacher, what was that you were telling us yesterday about the sun exploding? Teacher says, I said the sun could explode in 5 billion years. Student says, thank God. I thought you said 5 million years.
Mr. Moore, Maria made us realize that there are forces at work beyond our control.
You know, she could be right.
There will always be forces beyond our control. I'm not saying that you can change the future, but how you approach it does make a difference.
Mr. Moore, can I say something? I've been thinking, and I've decided we gotta look at things with a new perspective here. I always wanted to be a scientist because I thought that maybe in some small way I might be able to help my fellow man. But the more I sit in this room and I listen to you people who I trust, people who I respect, the more I realized how blind I've been. Science today is just a tool in the hands of the superpowers. All they want to do are build things like Star Wars and lasers and beam weapons in space.
But what about superconductors and chaotic physics and the theory of everything? Boy, Dennis, you're in a bad mood.
No, I'm not. I'm just being realistic, Janice. I have just come to the realization that those people out there are using me for their evil ends. Well, I'm not going to have any part of it. I'm dropping science from this point on. I'm going to take, no, I mean it, and I'm going to take up something nice like horticulture or needlepoint or maybe teaching the tango.
Yeah, weapons development isn't the only thing that's...
Look, hey, I have made my decision, folks. I am off science. I'm not even taking that test.
Dennis,
Come on.
Free at last. Free at last.
Okay, we have a dentist problem. Only this time it isn't some childish prank like, whoa.
Like reprogramming the school's computer so we had fire drills every half hour.
This is different.
Yeah, not like the time you had all the report cards printed in Norwegian.
Yeah, I think I know what's going on.
Even I know what's going on. The trick is to do something about it.
Dr. Samuels, you know, Dennis tends to get creative with his anxieties.
A lot of kids go through things like this.
Yeah, I think this will be over by Sunday.
The test is Saturday.
This is definitely not your typical dentist. That is your typical dentist.
Maria, you got me so depressed, I yelled at my father last night.
Why?
He handed me a bologna sandwich.
So?
Well, don't you see? Well, it's a metaphor for everything that's wrong in the world today. I mean, there's nitrites, nitrates, artificial coloring, preservatives. I mean, everything that's real is gone, and the stuff that's left will kill you. I don't think it's right when a food has a shelf life longer than the people who eat it.
We're being faced with a world that's a total disaster. This is what the people who are running the world are leaving us? How dare they?
Yes.
You're right. I mean, we're sitting here with our hands tied where they just destroy the whole planet. I mean, what's going to be left for us?
Well, don't worry about it, because after they drop the bomb, it'll be up to the cockroaches.
Yeah. Great. First one of them has to get the nomination. A little political humor.
That's easy for you to joke about. You're old.
Yeah, Mr. Moore, you've led a full life. We're being nipped in our buds.
More future shock, huh?
They're right, Mr. Moore. Our lives are meaningless.
And it's all your fault.
Mine.
Your generation.
You've ruined the world. Pretty soon you'll be bailing out and we're stuck with it.
Personally, I'm not planning on bailing out in the near future. I have a few books I want to read, some plays that I'm going to direct, and I do have assignments to grade.
Well, if you're talking about this assignment, you'll have one less to grade.
Right. Yeah. Mr. Moore, I agree with Darlene, with all due respect.
Yeah.
We do not want to do it.
That's right. I don't see any point in... though if you really have your heart set on it, Mr. Moore, I don't see any reason.
No, I'd rather talk about soap.
What?
Oh, what? Yeah, I wonder if anybody in this class can tell me how this cheap, not very good-smelling bar of carbolic soap changed the course of history.
Mr. Moore, aren't you going to say anything about the future assignment?
No. I'm supposed to be teaching history, the past. So, let's go back to the 1850s, okay? What was life like then?
It was short. So were most people.
Because of poor medicine and malnutrition.
The 12-hour workday was common.
Daycare meant your kids worked at the factory with you.
Okay, we get it. So what you're saying, Mr. Moore, is that life stinks, and it always has, so get used to it. And that's what the future is all about.
No. This is what the future was all about. Now, let's jump ahead to the 1950s, okay? Average lifespan.
70 years.
Typhoid, measles, polio.
Gone. Vaccines were developed.
Uh-huh. What about that 12-hour workday?
Down to 8 hours and no more child labor.
And we had museums, we had a lot of libraries, and television. In the 1950s, you could turn on your TV set and see practically anything.
Except a black person.
Well, there's room for improvement. But usually, if a lot of people work to solve a problem, it gets better. Huh?
Forget it, Mr. Moore. Things are different now.
We've got problems in the world now that are unsolvable.
You know, people have been saying that all through history, and yet these problems keep getting solved. Where have you been?
Just been walking through the park, visiting my old pals, the trees, saying goodbye to good old Mother Earth.
Saying hello to a couple of hot dog stands?
You know, Dennis, I believe that your friends, the trees, may stick around a little longer. Why don't you listen to this discussion, see if you agree, okay? Somebody tell me how this bar of soap changed history.
Puccini wrote the first soap opera?
See, in the 1800s, hospitals were terrifying places. People checked in, they didn't always check out. I mean, you went in with one thing, while you were there, you contracted everything else. Now, it's very depressing, but that's the way things were. And everyone accepted it. Save one person, Joseph Lister. Now, he believed that infection was being passed patient to patient by doctors. So he said, hey, guys, in between operations, use this. They did. A new concept was born. Coming home from the hospital. So one day, maybe somebody here will say, hey, guys, do this, and the ozone layer will be preserved. Or it'll cause peace to break out. Each one of you has that kind of potential within you. Don't give it up so easily.
Okay. Maybe you're right. Maybe at least trying to do something is better than talking about how awful it is.
All right. So, are we doing the assignment?
Yes.
Dennis?
What?
Dennis, let's just say maybe there will be a future, okay? And quite possibly, physical sciences will play a positive role in it. And we both know that a mind is a terrible thing to waste. So what do you say?
About what?
You know what.
I say you're absolutely right. I've been a fool walking around talking to trees. There is a job to do, and I'm going to be working on this future project 24 hours a day. I won't let you down, Mr. Moore.
Dennis?
You know what we can start off with? We can start off by doing, perhaps, with a talk with me and Mr. Moore in the hall.
I think so. Now, you don't expect me to believe that you've been wandering around depressed over the fate of the universe, do you?
No. But I am depressed.
Mm-hmm. Competition.
I guess so.
Why?
4 reasons.
Wang, Wang, Chang, and Epstein?
They're good. Darn good. Darn good. Mr. Moore, they're killers. I don't have a chance.
Well, not if you're not there.
Do you know anything about physics at all?
Well, I'm familiar with Archimedes' second principle. Body is totally immersed in water. The phone is bound to ring.
Ever read New Vectors in Physics? I am competing against the best guys in the city. I could get my legs broken. I mean, what if I'm humiliated? I could come in last place.
Dennis, last place amongst the 5 best minds in New York City is not too shabby. See, right now, you're a big fish in a small pond. You're comfortable. And I don't think that you're going to know how good you are till you get in a pond with some other fair-sized fish.
I know my limits.
No, you don't. And I don't think you will until you risk something.
I appreciate what you're saying, Mr. Moore, but if it's all the same to you, I'd just like to stick with this future project.
Dennis, that's a choice that you get to live with. It's your future.
Good evening. Darlene Merriman for the 21st Century News Service. This is Friday, March 10th, 2038. The scientific team of Blunden, Engen, Lazzarato announced their discovery that the hairspray layer, which replaced the ozone layer, is just as effective in keeping out the gamma rays and also eliminates the frizzies.
Sarah Nevins, U.S. Ambassador to Ethiopia, today announced that surplus grain would be shipped to Iowa to help with a shortfall in that state's harvest. This is the 10th year in a row that Ethiopia has had a surplus crop, thanks to the Engen system of planting, based on mathematical equations too complex to be discussed in this limited time.
Athletes from all nations began arriving in South Africa today in preparation for the opening ceremonies of the Summer Olympics at Nelson Mandela Memorial Stadium. The combined Israeli-Palestinian team looks impressive in track and field, with a strong challenge from the all-Irish team. In basketball today, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, age 91, announced that this would be his last season in the NBA.
ABC Television today announced a new episode of Moonlighting is in the works for next year. This brings to 12 the number of episodes in the last decade.
Very impressive. What about the wrap-up anchor, Dennis Blunden?
Well, actually, Mr. Moore, I haven't done the assignment. What? But I could wing something, if you guys don't mind.
Sure, great.
Let's see. The year 2038. The world is a better place today because a bunch of high school kids grew up and helped make it that way. As it turns out, they all had the same teacher, a fellow by the name of Moore or something. He told them about soap. And in fact, one of those kids grew up to be pretty important in the science world, a fellow by the name of Blunden something or other.
All right.
Wonderful. So, if you don't mind, Mr. Moore, I'd like to be excused so I can get back to the library where I have been studying like a madman to pass the test for this physics internship. I realized it's something I wanted, and I never would have forgiven myself for not taking the chance to get it. It's also a good excuse to get out of class. Mr. Moore?
Get out of here, you big lug. I didn't mean it that way. Morning.
Morning.
So?
So?
How did it go?
How what go?
I'll kill you, so help me.
We don't get the results till next week, but I think I did all right.
Ah, Wang, Wong, and Chang, all they cracked up to be?
They were okay. But Epstein, fantastic.
Yeah. Maybe you'll come in second.
Maybe better than that. It's Marjorie Epstein. I got a date with her Friday night.
Can I give you a piece of advice?
Well, why stop now?
Don't wear the Omega Man suit.
Really?
Today, we begin our discussion of those fabulous 50s.
Fabulous? I heard it was the most boring decade in history.
Well, that's why we're going to talk about it, Dennis. Was it boring if you were involved in the beginning of the struggle for civil rights? If you were part of the Korean peace talks? Was it boring if you lost your job because of Senator McCarthy's witch hunt?
Was it boring when Pat Boone sang Tutti Frutti?
Yes. I'll give you that.
Excuse me, Mr. Moore.
Yes, do come in.
Thank you. I just want to take a moment to congratulate you on completing your training program and to give you your certificates. You are now officially peer counselors. Now remember, a peer counselor is not a psychologist. You talk with the other kids about the things that are bothering them, and either you try to help them work things out, or you refer them to someone who can. Now, of course, if somebody is in physical jeopardy or could cause harm to another or really has a serious problem, I want you please to come to either Mr. Moore or to me. Otherwise, anything that you hear is strictly confidential.
May I add a small note?
Oh, please.
I think it's a great idea. But I just want to say I don't think you should go out there expecting to save everyone. I mean, it's not that easy. There are serious problems, and simply because you've had a couple of weekends of training doesn't mean you're equipped to handle those kinds of problems.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. I'm not ready for this. Oh, I think I'm having an anxiety attack.
Arvid, take some deep breaths. Remember, Arvid, that we all have the same fears and apprehensions. Arvid, these people are our own age. They're not judging us. They just want somebody to listen to them.
I think you're right, Sarah. Hey, thanks a lot. I feel a little better.
Sarah, you're good. Well, I guess I have the gift.
Okay, I've got looks, I've got a body, but there's got to be more, you know?
Really? Yeah, more.
Sometimes I just refuse to go out. I spend the whole weekend lying around in my nightie, reading and eating popsicles. Can you imagine? I feel so inadequate.
I know.
I think it's because of my parents.
I know.
They're so critical.
Yeah, I know.
What's wrong with me?
Nothing. It's your parents.
Hi, TJ. My name is...
Who gives a flying fat burger? What's your name? Miss Bernadette Do-Gooder sent me here to take a rap for a bad attitude. I did the crime, so I'm doing my time. For rich girls like you who play the I'm white game, give me a major pain and my black is beautiful butt. Hey, lighten up. I don't play that game. Oh, yeah, Miss Wannabe? That's why you're sitting here trying to get an A on your assignment to out Mother Teresa. Look, TJ, I think we got off on the wrong foot here. You did. I didn't. I know what we're here for. I'm what is called extra credit. I'm a rung on your ladder to graduation, college, and house in the burbs. So get real, Camille. You kids get special classes, special books, special trips. You walk around this school like Samuel's pet poodles.
Okay, we get some privileges, but I'm not gonna feel guilty about that because I work hard. I've had some rough times too, okay? So what? You take the lemons and you throw them at people. Me, I take the lemons and I try to make lemonade.
Nice. I saw it on Peanuts. TJ. I'm sorry. Look, why don't we call it a tie and start over, okay? You ain't getting it, Gidget. I ain't no one's special project, free ride, or lost dog. I'm me, see? That's what TJ's about. Session over and out.
I'm here if you need me.
I know you'll like this collection. It's new literature, the 50s.
Excuse me.
It's
See you at 4, Eric.
Yeah, see you.
all the poets, you know, Ginsberg, Ferlinghetti, Corso.
4:20.
And
I'll be there.
playwrights like John Osborne and Leroy Jones. Plus...
Hi, Eric. 4:40, don't forget.
And I won't, Jerry Southern. What's happening, Eric?
Oh, it's peer counseling, Mr. Moore. Yeah, I never realized there are so many needy girls out there.
Eric, are you sure you still want to go out with me Saturday night? Maybe you'll be too busy helping the needy.
Simone, I'm like a doctor. I'm doing very important work here.
Someone should phone the Nobel Prize Committee.
I feel foolish taking up your time with my complaining.
Oh, complain. Complain.
It's just that I'm so lonely, you know?
Yeah. No. You?
I go out with football players, basketball players, guys of every athletic inclination, but I still feel so alone. No one understands me. But you, Arvid. Funny, isn't it?
Hilarious.
My mom says I'm a slob. She says my room looks like a garbage dump. I tried to convince her it was performance art, but she wouldn't go for it.
Well, Jeff, you are a slob. But you've come to the right person. I myself will sometimes go 4 to 5 weeks between room overhauls.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
How?
Well, it's easy. You got to be able to sense out the situation. You got to be able to find that moment when your parents are just about ready to kick you out of the house.
And then you clean up?
No. Then you buy your mother a gift. Now, it doesn't matter what the gift is, just as long as you be sure to include a note that says, I love you, Mom. You do that, and I guarantee you an extra 2 weeks of underwear hanging on your lamp.
Dude, you're my hero.
Well, we got a lot of time left. Hungry?
Yeah.
Let's get out of here.
Hi, TJ. Glad to see you. Welcome, TJ. I'm here to help. Hey, TJ, what it is? Same song, second verse. Miss Mira's got this thing about my attitude. Wants me to turn into Miss Peppy Pants like you. You know, TJ, I bet we got a lot more in common than you think. Like what? Besides, we're both breathing. Well, I like movies. Too long. I watch TV. I love a nice, juicy hamburger. Hot dog's better. A summer day. Too hot. Spring. Magic Johnson. Michael Jordan. Alice Walker. Langston Hughes. Janet Jackson. Latoya. Wait a minute, I heard something. Huh? I heard you say Langston Hughes. He's a poet. You read poetry. So what? Just because I'm in the bonehead class doesn't mean I don't read or write. You write poetry, too? I didn't say that. You didn't deny it. Come on, TJ, read me something of yours. You don't read it, baby. You rap it. So rap it. You really want to hear this? Yeah. Okay. Girl in the street, no cold and no heat. A crazy outlook, a torn up book, but she can't compete. Girl on fire with her desire. See stars there and bars there. She'll go much higher. That's enough. TJ, what are you stopping for? What are you pretending you're interested for? I am interested. You have something to say. No one cares what I have to say. How do you know that? Because of where they put me. In the sit down and shut up class. Remedial? It's cool. They don't bother me, and I don't bother them. Are you sure you like it that way? Well, do you? I gotta go.
Sarah, I can't show you TJ's file. That would be a definite invasion of privacy, which would be a violation of District Code number 427.
I just have a feeling that there's more to TJ than an encyclopedia of insults.
Well, of course there is. I mean, she was an honor student all the way through the 6th grade. She made straight A's, and then all of a sudden, her grades just started dropping. And now it looks like all she's passing is homeroom and phys ed.
What happened?
Sarah, that's confidential. I cannot tell you.
Wait a minute. That's it? A former honor student has practically dropped out of school and nobody cares?
We care, Sarah. But sometimes a student gets lost in the system because not enough time or teachers or resources. That's why what your class is doing is so important. I mean, maybe, just maybe, you can really help this girl. Yes.
Mr. Moore, I need your help. Or TJ does. You see, she's stuck in a class where she doesn't belong. In a life where she doesn't belong. I found out that she used to get straight A's. Then, suddenly she's in remedial. I want her to know that there's a way to get back. You know, I think that she should be around people who like to read and learn and discuss things. You know, people who have ideals, people who have dreams.
Mm-hmm. Like the IHP.
That's it. She needs to sit in on our class. That'll help her. That'll really inspire her. That'll turn her whole life around. Mr. Moore, if anybody can do it, you can. What a great idea.
You what?
I invited TJ to sit in on our class. Well, I think she's a really smart and sensitive girl who's just gotten some bad breaks. And I think she could get a lot out of seeing what a really good class is like.
Now, wait a minute, Mr. Moore, do you condone this?
Yeah, it's worth a try.
Okay, but you all have to promise to be nice to her.
We'll be very understanding, Sarah. I'm sure we all know what it's like to feel out of place. We'll make her feel welcome, loved, and nurtured.
Don't make her feel nauseous. Just be nice to her. Here she comes. Hey, I'm TJ.
Hi, TJ.
What is this? An AA meeting?
Hi, TJ. Welcome to class. I'm glad you could come. Why don't you find a seat?
Sit over here. TJ, is it true that the rats in the projects are as big as dogs?
Janice. Yeah, we call ours Spot.
Spot.
Well, it's very nice you can visit, TJ. Sarah has said so many nice things about you.
That's a nice coat you're wearing, TJ.
Stop it with the nice crap. I must be the first nasty person who's ever sat in here.
Hey, what am I, John Denver?
You ain't that hip.
TJ, you've got a wonderful mean streak that I find awfully attractive.
Like I care what a boob with bangs thinks.
Should take a seat, Dennis. No, I wouldn't push it. Well, it's probably time for me to start teaching. Eisenhower. You know, many people said that he was slightly more somnolent than Calvin Coolidge.
You know, Mr. Moore, there's this really delightful anecdote I heard somewhere when Dorothy Parker heard, she was a famous writer. When Dorothy Parker heard that Coolidge had died, she said, "Oh, really? How can they tell?"
What's so funny?
Well, Coolidge was so quiet, so boring.
I get the joke, but I don't think it's funny. It's stupid.
Where do you get the right to call Dorothy Parker stupid?
I ain't calling Dorothy Parker stupid. I'm calling you stupid.
Mr. Moore, could we please get through 2 minutes of this class without her butting in?
Yeah.
Excuse me. When did butting in become this radical concept for this class? I mean, as long as we are slowed down for a moment, perhaps we could reflect on the words patronizing and rude.
So you want me to shut up, right?
No, I'm talking about them, too.
Yeah? Yeah, they're real smart here in the smart class. But let me tell you something. When somebody comes into the dummy class, we don't put them down for not being dumb enough. I gotta go.
Okay, back to Eisenhower. And tomorrow, we'll take a whimsical look at Lyndon Johnson, the playful and very public president who preferred to hold his press conferences in the bathroom. Okay? Don't forget those essays. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you. Bye, Mr. Moore.
Mr. Moore, I'm sorry. I mean about TJ. I'm sorry I pushed her off on you.
I think having her in class made for a couple of interesting moments. I mean, TJ is very smart. She's fearless, and she's honest. I mean, these are all things that it takes to make a great scholar. I'm not sure she wants to be one, but...
Yeah, well, doesn't matter now. It's like you said, some people you just can't help.
No, I never said that. I said, don't expect to save everyone. See, saving's kind of one way, but helping people's a two-way street. And you're making some real progress with her.
Mr. Moore, how can you say that after she ripped the class to shreds?
She came to class, didn't she?
Well, yeah.
Well, I think it'd be a shame to turn around and walk away now.
Mr. Moore, the way she acts, it just makes me furious.
Well, I'm sure some of the things you and the others do make her pretty angry, too.
Well, like what?
Oh, I don't know. I'm sure she'd be glad to tell you. Look, it seems to me maybe you've reached somebody here that nobody has paid attention to for maybe years. So I think you should keep doing it.
Oh, TJ, I've been looking for you. Yeah? Well, thanks for nothing, man. That action in your class today was a total disaster. You really know how to make a person feel like sludge.
Wait a minute. TJ, I thought it would be nice for you. You know, you were welcome to stay for the whole class.
Well, isn't that a dream come true? Sit in a nice clean desk with no dirty words carved in it. Everyone dressed like it was Easter Sunday. And a teacher who treats you better than your own mama. And an hour later, I get sent back to the real world. And that's the last I see at Disneyland.
But that's not the way I meant it to be. You know, you could be in a better class. You could be in IHP.
Yeah, and Dr. Samuels could be Mr. Universe.
Now, you may have the personality of a pit bull, but one thing you are is intelligent. And I thought I could help you do something with that. Well, I'm sorry if I went about it all wrong.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry if I made you feel like a mush-brained dweeb in front of your whole class. Wait a minute.
All right. Apology accepted. Friends?
I mean, what do you think she meant, Mr. Moore?
I think she wants you to ask her out.
Oh, I was afraid of that. I can't. I mean, we have a client-therapist relationship here that can't be violated by the intrusion of my obvious animal magnetism. And then, of course, there's the moral issue, the psychological implications, and furthermore, oh, God, Mr. Moore, I have to have that girl. Please tell me it's okay.
Don't ask me to do that. Now, you yourself just said it would be unfair to ask her out based on information you got in a session.
She started it. All right, Miss.
Morning. Hi. Okay, as soon as you're ready, we're going to dive headlong into 1963 when Lyndon Johnson... Excuse me. Hello? 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 I have a history class over here.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Moore. Peer counseling.
Uh-oh. Call security.
I thought I'd give you a second chance. So what you doing? Copying garbage off the board or garbage out of a book?
Actually, we're discussing the Johnson administration.
Oh, garbage out of Washington.
You know, actually, it was during the Johnson administration that a book was first published, The Fire Next Time. This book examined racism in a completely new way. And the author of the book, who had a great deal in common with another social commentator at the time, Tom Wolfe.
Bull.
I'm sorry?
I said bull. You want me to go to Dr. Samuel's office or straight home?
No, I want you to tell me why you think it's bull.
I just got kicked out of a class for saying bull.
You can say bull in here, but you have to be able to back it up.
Okay. It's like this. See, the dude you're talking about is James Baldwin, man. Except he ain't nothing like Tom Wolfe. Baldwin grew up poor in Harlem with 9 brothers and sisters and a stepdaddy who couldn't stand his guts. He made it on his own, worked loading boxcars. His mama was a maid, didn't have time to tell him to do his homework and don't be late for school, and someday you can be a writer. I just know you can. Shoot, there's food on the table and everybody's sitting around it in one piece. You're doing all right. That's how it is. You know what I'm saying?
I do, TJ. I was pushing you, wasn't I?
You were giving me a Park Avenue answer to a 129th Street problem. I'm sorry. Forget it. You're all right. And for a teacher, you're all right, too. This is the first time I ever got to say more than 3 words in class.
Well, that's a damn shame. You got some good ideas.
Yeah, you know, I'm starting to dig this class. In here, you sit next to a computer. In my class, I sit next to a guy with a tattoo that says "Born to Drool." These are my kind of people. Even the slob and the snob. Sign me up.
Well, it's a good idea, TJ, but it's not that easy. You got a lot to do before you can get into this class. You got to bring your grade level up.
Who says I can even do it?
I do.
Yeah? That's pretty fresh.
Well, you know, I bet there's some other people who'd be willing to help you.
We help, TJ.
Why? Do you get some kind of extra credit for it?
No. Although it's not a bad idea.
Look, you do your part. They'll do theirs. I'll talk to Miss Mira and Dr. Samuels about your situation, okay?
You got a deal. Well, better get going.
What's your hurry? You can stick around till class is over, if it's okay with everybody else.
Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah, sure. And, TJ, I just gotta ask you this. Who does your hair?
Okay, back to Lyndon Johnson.
Mr. Moore, I just want you to know that my counseling session went great today and everything worked out.
I'm glad to hear it, Arvid. I guess you let her down easily, huh?
Yeah. You know, but I do think I had some influence on her.
Stick around. This is going to be great.
What's going to be great?
Well, you remember the helium tank that I borrowed from your magic act?
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. I ran a tube from the tank up to Dr. Samuel's microphone, so when he presses the button to make the announcements...
Oh, Dennis!
Attention, students. This is the train. Wait a minute. What's going on here? London's getting here.
I think we're in trouble.
Cutting class again. Rhonda, this is getting to be a habit.
It's nice to see you again, too.
Why don't you just take a seat over there? I think Dr. Samuels will want to handle this personally.
This ought to be good. I've always wanted to be yelled at by a chipmunk.
Do you know who that is? That's Rhonda Gielgud.
That's Rhonda Gielgud?
Uh-huh.
The Rhonda Gielgud?
That's right. The girl who takes all the guesswork out of dating. I'm telling you, Arvid, she is a sure thing. Do you know what my problem with girls has always been?
Oh, you're obnoxious, you're cheap. I have seen you naked in gym class. I'd say...
Arvid, shut up. The problem is I've been asking out the wrong girls. Not anymore. Rhonda, hi. Dennis Blunden, I've seen you around detention. And, I was just thinking to myself, why don't we go out some night?
Why don't you get lost?
Thank you.
That was real smooth.
So, what are you in here for?
Helium in the intercom.
That was you. That was very funny.
Yeah? Thanks.
You're welcome.
London, get away from my donuts! Now get in my office. You too, Arvid. Rhonda, I'll see you in a minute.
Look, Dr. Samuels, I wasn't...
I have to go. It was a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
You know, you're kind of cute.
Yeah? Thanks.
And tomorrow, we're going to begin discussing the most recent American initiatives to end apartheid in South Africa. Assuming we can find any. See you then.
Arvid, Dennis tells me that Rhonda Gilgood wants you.
She doesn't want me. She told me I was kind of cute. Bunny rabbits are kind of cute. It doesn't mean anything.
What's up?
Nothing.
Rhonda Gilgood has chosen Arvid to be her playmate of the week.
Yes. Oh, what's wrong with you guys? She said I was cute. Doesn't mean she wants me.
Arvid, with Rhonda Gilgood, hello means she wants you. Believe me, true.
Oh, really?
That's what they say. Simone, come on. I never even said hi to the girl.
You know, I don't think this conversation is really appropriate.
Alan, this is Arvid we're talking about, not some Supreme Court nominee.
Oh, right. So what you do, Arvid? Grab you somewhere?
Excuse me, folks. Just a reminder, those who don't leave history class are doomed to repeat it.
Arvid, come on. Arvid, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And in your case, I really mean that.
Yeah. There she is.
Let's get out of here.
Arvid, just stay here and talk to the girl.
Yeah, talk to her. Say something.
Come on, be a man, Arvid.
Come on.
Look out.
He's a guy.
Come on, man.
Let's go.
Hi, Arvid. How are you?
My sinuses are draining.
So, do you want to do something on Friday night?
Oh, I don't know. It's a school night.
No, it's not.
I mean, for Sunday school.
The next morning is Saturday.
But, you know, Jewish people have Sunday school on Saturday.
Arvid, you're not Jewish.
Right, that's true. I'm free.
Great. So come to my place. 7 o'clock, okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, tomorrow we're going to be talking about protest movements within South Africa, the Pan-African Congress, the African National Congress, Black Sash, which is women's organization, things like that. Thanks. Have a good one.
Bye, Mr. Moore.
Bye-bye.
Oh, say, Mr. Moore, how was your weekend?
This is Thursday, Arvid.
I mean, last weekend.
It was fine.
Did you have a date?
As a matter of fact, I did.
Good. So, when you made your move, who unhooked the brassiere, you or her?
Well, before I tell you that it's none of your business, why am I being asked these questions?
I'm going to have sex Friday night.
I see. You have that in writing?
Well, the consensus of opinion is it looks pretty definite, yes, sir. That's why I have to talk to somebody with, I don't know, hands-on experience, so to speak.
Okay, you want some advice?
Yeah, hold on, wait. Okay.
Well, first you think.
Think?
Yeah. You think, why am I having sex with this girl?
That's a good question, Mr. Moore. I think it's because, well, basically, I don't want to let the guys down.
It's good school spirit, Arvid. But how do you feel toward the girl?
I had this dream last night, Mr. Moore. I was flying on troop transport on a dangerous mission over uncharted territory. And I'm standing in the open doorway and everyone's yelling, jump, jump. So I jumped, and then I realized that my parachute was a gigantic brassiere and I couldn't get it open. And when I woke up, my practice brassiere was in shreds.
Your practice brassiere?
I bought one for research.
Good idea. Well, you wanted my advice, Arvid, so I'm going to give it to you. I think that you're overreacting to peer pressure. I think there's obviously a lot of anxiety on this subject for you, and I don't think you're really ready yet.
But I have to be ready, Mr. Moore. The opportunity is now.
Well, there'll be other opportunities, Arvid. I mean, you have your entire life ahead of you.
Mr. Moore, girls like this don't grow on trees. Believe me, if they did, I'd become a forest ranger.
Arvid.
Mr. Moore, I sincerely believe that I have to do this.
And you want me to say that it's okay? Is that it? I'm sorry, Arvid. I can't really say that because I don't think it's okay yet. Now, if you feel you have to do it, then I hope you'll be wearing the right kind of parachute.
Huh?
Buy a condom.
May I help you? Yes, yes. I was wondering if you could recommend a brand of cotton balls.
To tell the truth, there's not a lot of differences in cotton balls. I suppose it all depends on what you plan to do with them.
I just want to use some to make a snow scene for my train set.
I see. Well, here. This should fill all your snow scene needs. Anything else?
Yes, I would like some toothpaste and some with fluoride and one box of lip balm.
Will that be all?
No, there is one more thing I need. Pantyhose.
That's some snow scene you're building. $24.95.
There is one more thing I need of a personal and exotic nature. I need
condom.
Oh, no. For a snow scene. No, this will be just fine. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Young man, just one moment. Don't you dare walk out of here without those condoms. If you want to act like a man, then you better take the responsibility of a man. Here. They're on me. Just make sure they're on you.
Good reflexes. I like that in a man.
It's you. I thought it was a moth.
Here's my address. I'll see you at 7.
Morning, Harvey.
Hi, Mr. Moore.
So it's Rhonda Gielgud you're seeing, huh?
Well, might as well get it over with.
Get it over with? Aren't you missing something?
What?
Well, having sex does involve another human being.
I know that, Mr. Moore. I have the other human being. And got the protection. So, don't worry about me.
Oh, I'm not worried about you. I'm worried about her. Did you ever stop to ask yourself why she's so interested in just about anyone?
I don't know. Maybe she likes having sex.
Maybe. Maybe she's lonely. Maybe she's confused. Maybe she's desperate for attention.
Never thought about that.
Well, think about it. Now, Rhonda is a troubled person. She cuts classes. She doesn't finish her homework. She's promiscuous. It's self-destructive behavior. And you are about to make love to her. You care about her at all?
Well, I don't know.
You even like her?
I don't even know her, Mr. Moore.
You feel good about that?
Oh, hey, don't look at me, Mr. Moore. The whole thing was her idea.
Oh, don't give me that. I mean, you know better. Now, I am just asking you to think about what you're about to do, and with whom, and why.
Hi.
Hi.
You're late.
I was just in the lobby, admiring the artwork. Great apartment your folks have.
It's okay, I guess.
Nice sedimentary dolomite.
Yeah. Can I get you something to drink?
A drink. I better not. I'm going to be driving later. I mean after I get my license.
You are cute.
Did you hear that? Does that sound like your parents? Was that...
You've got good ears, Arvid. They're in Boston.
Okay, fine. Sorry, I guess you're a little old to have a sitter. Boston. Hi.
You know, I like guys who are a little shy.
I'm a lot shy. I still can't undress in front of my schnauzer. I can't look at my mother's laundry without blushing. No, it's true. I had to be forced breastfed.
I'm gonna take these off. You wouldn't want them to get broken.
No. Did you get those little red marks on your nose when you take off your glasses? I mean, you know, wear a glass. Where did you say you were from? I mean, I know you're from New York. You know, we're in New York. I know that, obviously, but I mean, it's. I think in one way or another, most people are from New York. Don't you agree that?
Arvid, don't you want to kiss me?
Yes. I mean, who wouldn't? Can I ask you a question?
What is it, Arvid?
Why me?
What kind of a question is that?
Well, I mean, let's face it. I'm not, you know, exactly Mel Gibson. I'm not even Hoot Gibson.
Who?
I mean, what could you possibly get out of being with me? I mean, you're so exciting, and you're beautiful, and you're sexy.
You don't have to say that stuff.
No. I mean that. That's why I can't understand what I'm doing here.
Well, if you'd stop talking for a minute, maybe you'd find out.
Just like that?
Arvid, obviously you don't know me.
That's it. See, that's the point. I'm trying to get to know you.
Yeah?
Yes. So if you'll just tell me a little about yourself.
Like what?
I don't know. What about your family?
Well, I don't have any brothers and sisters. My father's a sales rep for textiles, and my mother's his partner. And they travel a lot, and I stay home.
You must get lonely.
Sure. Sometimes, don't you?
Oh, yeah. I do have my schnauzer. So I guess I'm not quite as lonely as you.
Look, are we gonna do it or what?
You betcha, yes. Well, you still haven't answered, why me?
Because you're different.
mean, like you've never made it with a nerd before and you want to see what it's like to, break one in? I mean, what's the...
You acted differently. Sweet and funny. And you didn't hit on me. And I just had this hunch. I had a hunch that I'd like being with you.
I like being with you, too.
You know, most guys don't have much to say to me. Except afterwards, and then it's, I gotta go.
That's terrible. I've read that postcoital tenderness is very important. I mean, especially to the woman.
Post what?
Afterwards. Just sort of holding each other and talking.
About what?
Like secrets. For instance, I might tell you that I think I'm too old to be in the Boy Scouts. Or that,
What?
What? I wish my ears were a little closer to my head.
When I was a little girl, on my birthdays, my mother would take me to FAO Schwartz, and I'd write down everything I wanted on these little pieces of paper. And we'd fold them up and put them in a hat, and I'd pick one, and that would be my present. And I never knew what it was, but I always knew it would be something that I wanted. Now she just writes a check, and I pick out something myself.
Do you get along with her?
She's okay. And they're both okay. And they know what I'm doing. And they say things about it. But the more they do that, the more I do this. This is the most I've ever talked to any guy I've had over here. So this is it, huh? Post-coital...
Tenderness.
Yeah. I thought it would be like this with you afterwards.
It's nice. Of course, this isn't technically afterwards. But it's nice.
Are you disappointed?
No, in fact, I've learned a lot, actually. I mean, I know what sex is like before, and I know what it's like afterwards. Just gotta work on that during part.
Listen, let's get something to eat.
Yeah.
And talk some more.
Great. I mean, that's what it's really all about, huh?
Arvid, you're sweet. Arvid?
Oh, yes.
And then I went into the operating theater and I viewed the liver being transplanted. I'm telling you, Darlene, this was the most incredible experience of my life.
Sarah, I think you're overdoing the research for this biology paper.
Oh, no. I'm not just doing it for the paper anymore. I'm gonna be a surgeon. Oh, Darlene, if only you'd been there, it was beautiful. The way he lifted up the spleen in order to clamp off the artery.
I guess you had to be there, Sarah.
Oh, you wanna see some pictures?
Darlene, you are such a wimp. I mean, it's just a picture of a... Excuse me, I have to use the bathroom.
How do I mate thee? Let me count the ways. Check.
Oh, right.
Okay. Computer says rook takes queen. Nice try, Arvid, but nobody beats the Chess Monster program.
Well, you just met nobody. Chess Monster, consider yourself check. Mated.
Man. Not bad, Arvid. Why can't you play that way for Coach Tarish?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a Chess Monster.
Well, I don't know what you're so scared of. You're the best player on the team.
Sure, he has a funny way of putting it. He calls me Jughead.
You just beat a computer.
You play chess, Mr. Moore?
No, I know the basic moves, but that's really about all.
Mr. Moore, why don't you and Arvid play a game?
No, he'd clobber me. I mean, it wouldn't be any fun at all for Arvid.
Who cares? It'd be fun for us.
Yeah. Okay, Arvid, I'll meet you here come lunch hour. Okay, take your seats. And it's interesting, you know, I've been developing this theory about the Russian passion for chess, how it affects their political strategy. So maybe we could talk about that for this class period. And I think we will, since I'm in charge.
You guys, who's winning? Arvid! Did you dismember him yet?
Come on, Janice. This is just a friendly game.
Mm-hmm. Sure it is, Arvid. Okay, everybody, the blended point spread is Mr. Moore plus a knight and 2 pawns. Do I have any takers?
No way. No, right, Dennis. Are you kidding? Arvid can't lose.
Okay.
Check.
Check? Weren't you supposed to say that, Arvid?
What's the matter, Arvid? I mean,
Hey, come on, guys. It's easily blocked.
Come on, Arvid, you want to move sometime this semester?
Just relax and focus on it.
Check. Wow, you trapped my queen. I resign.
I don't believe it. He lost.
Great, Arvid. That was really impressive. Thanks.
Come on, let's get out of here.
Hey, I think there's a belching contest in the cafeteria. Anybody want to watch?
Sure.
You okay?
You crushed me.
You are upset.
No. There's no shame in losing to someone who's a truly brilliant chess player.
Not a brilliant chess player, Arvid. I happen to be reading a book on chess, and I memorized a classic trap, and that's really all that I know how to do.
You know, 3 months ago, I would have seen that knight 4 coming from across the room.
So what's different now?
I don't know. I just choke.
What's that like?
Well, it's like I hear this voice inside of me going, maybe that's the wrong move. And before you know it, I'm losing to guys like you. Sorry, Mr. Moore, I didn't.
It's okay, I understand. Have you thought about discussing this with Mr. Tarish?
Mr. Tarish, I mean, I've tried, but whenever I do, I just choke.
Mr. Moore, I challenged Coach Tarish to a chess match for you.
What?
I had to do it, Mr. Moore. It was a question of honor.
Dennis, you don't have any honor.
No. All I did was tell him what a great chess player you were. The guy went berserk. I'm telling you, Mr. Moore, he wants you.
Well, I don't want him.
Well, you got him. I'm not backing out now.
No, I'm backing out. You're telling him.
Oh, come on, Mr. Moore. Please don't do this to me. You beat Arvid. Arvid's terrific. You can demolish Coach Tarish.
Dennis, you're overlooking one small factor. I don't know anything about chess.
You don't?
No.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Moore. You're going to make me look like an idiot.
I'm here to help, Dennis. Morning.
Hi.
Ah, Mr. Tarish, good. Dennis Blendon just mentioned some nonsense about us having a chess.
Nonsense? What's that supposed to mean? You're too good for me.
No, Frank. It means I'm not good enough. So let's just forget the whole thing, okay?
Wait, I recognize this. This is the old weenie gambit. Check it out before you even start the game. That's typical, Moore. Chess is not a beauty contest. It's not how pretty a game is. It's who wins. Chess is war. You understand that?
Yes, chess master.
Defeat does not exist for the Fillmore chess team, does it?
No, chess master.
All right. After the blitz game, I'll announce the team for the match against Bronx Science. And remember, your opponent is your enemy, not your friend. Mr. Moore, you want something?
Word with you when you have a minute.
Fine. Stick around. Maybe you'll pick up a few pointers. Okay, team, what do we study here?
Chess!
And how do we play chess?
Strikers, attack hard, show no mercy.
All right, let's warm up with Rui Lopez. White, pawn to king 4, advance.
Pawn to king 4, advance.
I can't hear you!
Pawn to king 4, advance.
Black, pawn to king 4, advance.
Pawn to king 4, advance.
White, king knight to bishop 3, develop.
Knight to bishop 3, develop.
All right, all right. Blitz game, start your clocks at 5 minutes. Okay. Go! Engen, watch your queen side. Your flank is vulnerable. A double pawn is a dead pawn. Double your rooks. Invade the 7th rank. Engen, you try that against Bronx Science and you are shark bait.
Check.
Simone, what are you doing with the pawn? Seize the initiative. You got a back rank mate. Finish him off. Mercy is for girls.
I am a girl.
Not in here, you're not, mister.
I resign.
You what? Don't you ever say those words in front of these brave chess players.
She's gonna win in one move.
You got time on your clock. Pick up your king and move it, mister.
Checkmate.
All right. Let it go for the throat, Big Red. I want you to replace Engen on 4th board. How's that make you feel, Tiger?
I feel melancholy, like the long withdrawing roar of the sea.
Say that again? No, don't.
I'm sorry, but I don't like the way you yelled at Arvid. I don't think I want to be on your chess team anymore. I know you hate the word, but I resign.
Well, that's too bad. She's got the talent, but she doesn't have the taste for blood.
Women.
Simone quit because of me.
Well, at least you're back to 4th board now.
All right, listen up. Here are the team assignments for the match. 1st board, Blunden. 2nd board, Lazzarato. 3rd board, Scarpese. 4th board, Lee.
Lee? Excuse me, sir. Wasn't I next in line?
You ride the pine, Engen.
Why?
Why? Because you are a loser.
Arvid.
All right, that's it. Hit the showers, you wood pushers. So, Mr. Moore, thought you backed out of the match. What are you here for, to back in?
What's the deal with you, Frank? I mean, ever since I came to Fillmore, all I get from you is a hard time. It's not really fair. I'm just doing my job.
Yeah, right. Your job.
What's that supposed to mean?
It's supposed to mean I'm the one with the master's degree. What are you? You're a substitute teacher, an out-of-work actor, spear carrier.
Okay, so you got a master's, I got a spear. What's your point?
Well, here's the point. You end up teaching the geniuses in the IHP, and I'm stuck with a class full of car thieves. Please, don't talk to me about fair, okay? I am twice the historian you are, and I happen to be an excellent teacher.
Well, since I've been witnessing your excellent teaching techniques, I've seen one of your students quit the chess club and another run from the room in tears.
Hey, if chess is too tough for him, let him join the football team. This is how I coach. And so far, it seems to be working. Fillmore always has a winning team.
Yeah? Well, right now, Arvid Engen does not look like a winner.
You know, I really love Simone sometimes. You know, sometimes I hate her.
Arvid?
Mr. Moore.
You all right?
Oh, you know, sometimes when I'm upset, I talk to my picture of Einstein here.
Well, I'm not a Nobel Prize winner, but if you want to talk to an actual human being, you can try me.
There's nothing to do, Mr. Moore. I'm all washed up in chess. Mr. Tarish is right. I'm a loser.
Not from my side of the board.
Well, you saw. I got beaten by Simone, by a girl who wouldn't even hurt a fly. In fact, I saw her help one once. I can't do anything right.
Arvid, I don't really enjoy standing here listening to you put yourself down. You are good at a lot of things, and chess is just one of them.
Like what?
Well, you're an excellent mathematician.
Sure, the crowd goes wild when I calculate the area of a trapezoid.
Arvid, you're more than intellectual abilities.
That's true. I am a sharp dresser.
Yeah. You're certainly unique.
See, but that's not enough, Mr. Moore. Chess was the one way I could get people to notice me. And now Mr. Tarish has taken that away.
Maybe not. I'm going back in there. I'm going to challenge Mr. Tarish to a chess match.
Mr. Moore, that's crazy. You can't beat him.
I can win with your help.
Okay, Mr. Moore. I got the earphone all hooked up. You know, but I still don't think this whole thing's gonna work.
Now come on, Arvid. Some confidence, huh?
Right. Confidence.
Okay. Dennis, how you doing?
I got bars. We're all set.
Okay, now you remember, if anybody asks why you're videotaping, you just tell them it's for broadcast journalism class, right?
Right.
Okay. You are following the action here, you're monitoring it, you're transmitting all the right moves to me, okay?
Okay, I have confidence.
Good.
I have confidence this will never work. Mr. Moore, how about hand signals? Look, here's the chessboard. You have 8 rows and 8 columns. You use these 8 fingers. So, for instance, pawn to king 4 would be
Arvid, go white balance the HL79 and set the lights for 3200K.
I guess that would be simpler.
Well, if you're ready to go, Dennis, I guess I better get up to the match.
You know, I gotta tell you, I'm pretty shocked. I can't believe you're cheating.
I'm not cheating.
Mr. Moore, I'm Dennis Blunden. I know cheating. This is cheating. This is everything you've ever told me not to do, rolled into one big, beautiful scam.
Not true. I'm not doing this for money, and I'm going to tell Mr. Tarish what I did afterwards.
Well, then that would make it one big, beautiful, dumb scam.
True.
Well, what's really interesting is how a diseased liver can swell up. Imagine a gray Jell-O mold big enough to serve 12.
Okay. You want to be a surgeon, Sarah. Doesn't mean you have to make us all sick. This is all my fault. I mean, if I hadn't quit the chess team, none of this would have happened.
Come on, Simone. There's no reason for you to feel guilty. After Mr. Moore gets creamed, then you can feel guilty.
I don't know about this chess match, Miss Mira. Blood feud between teachers. It could get ugly.
Hey, Dr. Samuels, smile.
Let's get this thing over with.
Okay, Mr. Moore, let's try it out. If you can hear me, scratch your nose. Good, it works. Unless, of course, your nose is really itchy.
Mr. Tarish plays white.
It's gonna work.
Ready?
Yeah, I knew it. He's going for a Rui Lopez, Mr. Moore. He wants an open game with lots of action. We play a closed game, the Caro Can. It'll drive him up the wall, okay? Pawn to queen, bishop, 3.
On a queen bishop 3, you weenie. Come on in the center, Moore.
Okay, good. Pawn to queen 4.
Oh, the Caro-Can defense. Who do you think you are, Gary Kasparov?
No, I'm just Charlie Moore.
Pawn takes pawn.
Take the pawn?
Just talking to yourself, huh?
Okay, don't worry, Mr. Moore. I read Kasparov's book on the Caro-Can. Queen's bishop to bishop 4.
Have you read Kasparov's book on the Caro-Can? It's really fascinating. Bishop to bishop 4.
All right, Mr. Russian chess expert, probably a commie. Here we go. Down and dirty. A gambit variation.
I know this one.
Mr. Moore's up 2 pieces, but Tara shall never resign.
This is great. You're up 2 pieces. I mean, we're up 2. I'm up 2 pieces. I'm beating him, Mr. Moore. I am beating Coach Terry.
It is you. Hi, Arvid.
Tammy.
What are you doing in
No,
there?
I'm just fixing the janitor's TV set. You see? There we go. Divorce court.
I love divorce court.
No, you don't. I mean, it's so depressing. I mean, it'll undo all the work we did in peer counseling.
You know, those were some of the nicest hours of my life. I always liked the way you really listened to me.
What's wrong with Mr. Moore? He's running out of time.
Well, I feel it's only fair to warn you. This knight is about to take this pawn, and he's done it.
Blunder. Tarish won his night back.
Since you're not my peer counselor anymore, would you like to go out with me sometime?
Go out? Sure. All right.
Okay, this rook is taking this bishop.
Thank you.
So, this bishop will take this pawn.
I love it when they die a slow death.
He's had it. I can't take the suspense.
You think you're nervous? Look at Arvid.
Rook to... No, knight to king's 8. Check.
All right, big deal. You check me.
Queen to rook's 8. Check.
Now what?
He's got Mr. Moore's queen.
Rook to king's bishop 8. Checkmate.
What's going on here?
Well, what's going on is that Arvid just beat you at chess by playing through this transmitter, and I just moved the pieces.
Wait a minute. You beat me, Engen? That's impossible. You're a loser.
No, I'm not. I can play as well as anyone. As long as you didn't yell at me and intimidate me and hover over me like some vulture. I could be mistaken, Mr. Parrott.
No. Stand up for yourself. I like that. And I love that last night move. That was a killer. Yeah? Listen, Arvid, you need me to back off. I'll back off. Hell, I'll move to Jersey if it'll help you play a tournament like this.
Does this mean I'm back on 4th board?
No. You're on first board.
Great. Thank you, chess master.
Listen, Frank, I'm glad we're getting this straightened out.
Yeah, it was straightened out. What, are you trying to be funny? You humiliated me.
Well, it's maybe just a pointer I took from you.
What are you driving at?
Well, I didn't set out to humiliate you, Frank, but as long as you feel that's what I did, perhaps you can imagine how Arvid feels when you yell at him.
Hey, lots of kids respond to the way I coach.
Well, lots of them don't. Now, how many kids in your chess club have dropped out?
Okay, Mr. Chips, you tell me how you get the kids to pay attention, to do their best.
Well, you know, some of them are more sensitive than others, so you gotta understand each one as an individual.
Sensitivity, huh?
Yeah.
Well, you might be right. Well, if it works for a chump like you, it's worth a shot.
Well, I'm glad we see eye to eye on this, Frank. And thank you, Dr. Samuels, for spearheading this explosion of intra-faculty support.
So, are you and Mr. Terrace friends now?
Well, I don't know that I would call us friends, but I think we're starting to clear the air. Dr. Samuels, could I ask you a question? Why did you choose me rather than Frank Terrace to teach the IHP class?
Well, how can I say this without giving you a swelled head? The truth is because you're less of a jerk than he is. There, I said.
Actually, Dr. Samuels, it's probably the nicest thing you've ever said about me.
Miss Mira? Did you watch America's Most Wanted last night?
No, I watched Wuthering Heights.
Yeah, well, last night on America's Most Wanted, they did a thing on this mass murderer, the Idaho hiker-hacker. 10 victims. They showed a picture.
So?
Well, call me crazy, but it looked like Charlie Moore.
Oh, please.
Frank? Something wrong?
No. Oh, no. No, here's the info on the new kids in your honors class.
Ha ha. Fresh blood.
I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back.
How's your summer?
I had a great summer. And you?
We were just talking about what we did this summer.
Sugarloaf Writers Project, huh? Was it great?
Oh, great. Let me tell you what she did.
What I did, Mr. Moore, let me tell you what he did.
Well, let me tell you what I did. Among other things, I took a solemn vow not to be involved in your love life.
Hi, guys.
Gross.
Arvin! I went to math camp. I'm allergic to air.
Dennis.
What? Dennis worked in a pizza parlor over the summer, and he accidentally ate a few.
Gee, Dennis, maybe you should consider going to a weight loss center.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you could get a group rate.
Eric, that's not going to help.
No, Mr. Moore, it's okay. Actually, I've gotten to the point where I like fat jokes. I mean, they're funny, they're clever, and they're about me. In fact, I have gotten so fat, when I step on a scale, it says, 1 at a time, please.
Dennis, you know, I don't believe for one moment that you actually enjoy being the butt.
Oh, my butt's so big I could moon Europe.
Of your own jokes.
I'm telling you, it's okay. Everybody knows fat people don't have feelings, right?
Well, additionally, you should be concerned about your health.
Dennis, I hate what you're doing to yourself. I mean, you're starting to violate building codes. That's not what I mean. I'm just trying to say that you could sing We Are the World all by yourself. No, let me put it another way.
All right! All right what? All right, I'll lose the weight.
Good, Dennis.
Now.
In fact, you're so
Leave it
thin
alone,
that...
Eric. Leave it alone.
Hey, I figured if Oprah Winfrey can do it, why not me?
Hi, can I help you?
Is this honest history?
Yeah.
You're Mr. Moore, right?
Yeah?
I'm Alex Torres. I'm new.
Listen up, everybody.
I am gonna love it here.
Okay, while you're sitting down, I have some announcements to make.
Mr. Moore, where's Jawaharlal?
Well, that's one of the announcements. Jawaharlal's family has moved to California. Business opportunities. I'm sure we all wish him well, huh? Now, this is Al Torres. He's going to be joining us, and why don't you just take center stage and tell us all about yourself, Al?
Sure. My name is Alex Torres. My friends call me Alex. Nobody calls me Al. Okay? I've been going to parochial school all my life. Nice people, great education, but all boys. See, this is my senior year. I mean, that's 11 years without girls. So I said to my mother, I said, Ma, please, I want to go to public school. She says, no. You go to parochial school, no drugs, no fights, and you go to mass every day. I said, but Ma, I said, there's nobody pretty to look at. No one in silky clothes with soft skin who smells good. And she says, no. I said, Ma, please. She says, no. I said, Ma, please. She says, no. I said, Ma, it's free. She says, okay, only if you get into honors class. So here I am, and it looks great already.
Well, I'm sure we're all glad to have you with us, Al.
Thanks.
Wait a minute, Mr. Moore. Where's Janice?
Harvard. Janice and her parents decided that she'd accomplished enough here, so she's moved on to college.
Oh, do you know what this means? It means when I'm a freshman at Harvard, Janice will be a sophomore.
She's a sophomore now.
Little Janice is gone? Well, I can still see her sitting next to Darlene.
Yeah, I want to cry.
I want her seat. You know, I saw you were looking at me.
Believe me, I was not looking at you.
Excuse me, Mr. Moore. Maria's not here.
I'm aware of that, Alan.
Did you hear, Alan? Maria got accepted to the high school for the performing arts.
Maria decided she was born to sing.
I don't believe it. TJ, you finally found somebody with hair worse than yours.
You look good, Dennis. Now try a new personality.
TJ.
Hi, Mr. Moore. This here is Aristotle.
Right. Aristotle, Mackenzie.
How many Aristotles you got in here?
Well, it's just that we've got a Socrates Mackenzie and a Plato Mackenzie, so...
You're fast. I like that.
Thank you, TJ.
He's late.
Yes, I know.
So what you gonna do about it?
Boil him. Thank you.
Oh, I see. Anybody and his uncle can get into this class except me.
TJ, I'm sure that Dr. Samuels is wondering where you are.
Well, he knows I'm not in the IHP, that's for sure. And who's he?
This is Alex Torres. He's a new student.
Another one? You got a problem?
Beautiful girls, they're everywhere. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Are you flirting with me?
Yeah, I guess I am.
Oh.
Well, Aristotle, according to this, you transferred from Performing Arts High School. Why?
My mom said get a life. She said do something real, like a doctor or a lawyer or something. So I gotta do this, and I gotta do college to make her happy.
Well, what makes you happy?
Filmmaking, writing, acting, painting.
Really? Well, keeping up in here makes me happy.
I'll keep up. I'll fit right in.
Good. And you'll be on time.
Oh, I can explain that. See, I listen to this radio station, WRAP in the morning. 2 tunes and I'm having breakfast. 2 more and I'm out the door. Hey, that's cool. Tune number 5, I'm on Riverside Drive. I won't be late if I'm here by tune 8. Yeah! Unfortunately, my mother changed the radio to an opera station. Yeah, those songs are really long, so it kind of set me back.
Well, you'd make an opera from this riff if you had a chance, but to me it sounds like a same old song and dance. So why don't you chill out and sit yourself down? We can start the class. No more messing around. I'm real excited about this year, and I know we're going to have a lot of fun. But...
Excuse me, Al.
It's Alex. It's Eric. And that's my girlfriend, Simone.
Eric, please.
Oh, yeah, Eric, please.
Al.
Eric. Al, Alex. Alex.
What? Just tell him.
Eric,
Just-
Alex.
Hey, she's
Wait, you two.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Eric. How you doing? Welcome, Alex.
Mr. Moore.
Boy, I sense a lot of positive energy. I think I'm gonna like it here.
Good, good. Thank you, gentlemen. And you are?
Oh, Vicky Amory.
Right. Well, welcome, Vicky. Come on in. Everybody, this is Vicky.
V-I-K-I.
Right.
Of course it's right. I should know how to spell my own name.
Since that is all we know about you, Vicky, how you spell your name, why don't you tell us some more?
Oh, well, my father was transferred here from Florida, so here I am.
Great, beautiful.
You know, I'm sure that everyone is curious about your other interests, you know, hobbies, things like that, right, girls?
Well, I'm really into health and new age things like crystals and channeling.
That's fascinating. You know, I read.
Arvid, shut up.
Go ahead, Vicky.
Oh, and animal rights. I mean, animals are people too, aren't they?
Oh, absolutely.
Vicky, among your hobbies, I noticed you left out nuclear physics.
Oh, that was last year. Now I'm kind of into quantum. You know, like wave-particle duality, stuff like that.
Wait a minute. You mean like Feynman diagrams and the Heisenberg uncertainty principle?
Are you kidding? I love junk like that. It's my main thing.
Junk like that's my main thing, too.
That's great, really?
Yeah, really.
It's my main thing, too, you know.
Listen, history is my main thing, okay? And I love sharing it with you. So sit, okay? Yeah, Vicky, you can sit here.
Thanks. Boy, this is a cute class.
Well, we try. Now, first semester, we're going to focus on the cause and effect.
Here are your nutrition reports and your revised attendance record. And where did you come from?
Florida.
You in the honors program?
I guess so, yeah.
That's it. No more talking, no more begging, no more pleading, no more writing new essays to impress you. I'm sitting right here until they let me in this class.
TJ, this is not the way to deal with this problem.
Oh, yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
Excuse me, Mr. Moore.
What?
I want you to understand this is nothing personal.
What?
I'm only doing in all conscience what I must do as principal of this school and as a citizen.
What?
I'm sure everything will check out just fine.
What?
I was watching this TV show, America's Most Wanted. Well, I wrestled with my conscience, and then I picked up the phone. There's a gentleman in my office from the police department. He would like to ask you a few questions about a few dead campers.
There is no way Mr. Moore kills anybody. You're out of your mind. I like this better than my old school. I mean, they hardly ever arrest nuns.
First day in remedial, they arrested my whole row.
Oh, I don't want to hear this. It's obviously a big mix-up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? What do you people really know about this Mr. Moore character?
Enough to know that he did not kill anybody.
That's right.
Yeah, our Mr. Moore wouldn't hurt a fly.
Nope. This guy didn't hurt flies. He hacked people to death in their tents.
Well, they should have stayed in hotels.
Boy, he looked like a nice enough guy, but I guess you never know, huh?
No, we know. Look, this is our class, and Mr. Moore is our teacher, so don't start accusing him of murder.
Hey, the man's just saying keep an open mind.
You new people come charging in here, condemning Mr. Moore. Who do you think you are?
Yeah. Really? I'm Vicky Amory. I come from Florida.
She doesn't mean who are you. She means who are you.
Vicky Amory. I come from
We know. She's in this class, and I'm not? Man, you new kids have a lot of nerve coming in here talking trash about Mr. Moore.
Who is TJ to talk about us? She doesn't even belong in this class. Is that correct?
Well, if I gotta look like a Muppet to get in here. No, you just better step on.
Okay, once again, for the new students in class and for the old students who may be wondering, my name is Charlie Moore. I am not the Idaho hiker-hacker.
That's good, because my mother would never let me go on one of your field trips.
Well, I promise you, my exam on the 16th Amendment is a killer.
Hey, I know that one. That's the income tax. That's the amendment that introduced the federal income tax, right?
Oh, you forgot to tell us the year.
1913. Don't mess with me on the Constitution. I got it covered.
Well, aren't you just ready for Final Jeopardy?
Look, you boys seem to have a problem here, so why don't we get it out in the open now?
They've been doing numbers on each other ever since you left.
And you're still here.
Yeah, I'm still here. And I've had it, see, because, I'm here to get an education, not waste my time bickering with people who are too stupid to put aside their personal differences and start learning something. So go ahead, Mr. Moore. Teach. I believe you were going to start with an overview?
Okay. Point one of my overview, you are not a member of this class.
But, Mr. Moore, I've tried just like...
Look, I'd like to have you in here. I like you, TJ, but there are certain requirements you've yet to fulfill.
Name one.
You're still in remedial.
So I'm in remedial. Is that supposed to haunt me for the rest of my life? What is this? Les Miserables?
Look, you want to be in this class? Seriously? You get out of remedial. You get into regular classes. You maintain an A average for 2 months.
A average? I can do that.
No cutting classes. No discipline problems.
Hey, relax, everybody. I think she'll blow it on attitude.
Now listen here. Thank you so much for your interest. And please, have a nice day. Save my seat.
Actually, I have something. I want you to go upstairs to the camera club. You know, Miss Schraft runs the photography department. Get me a camera with a flash unit and some film.
What for?
I'm gonna take a picture.
Nice move, Mr. Moore. I mean, let's face it, she does not belong in here.
Whoa, slow down, Senator. TJ's smart, she's interesting, and I know she'll work hard. I mean, why shouldn't she have the chance to be in this class?
Why? You have to ask why? Because we have standards, that's why.
Excellent point. If we start letting
Excuse me. Hello. Now, this isn't really about TJ being in this class, is it?
No. No, I guess it's not.
Well?
It's our class, Mr. Moore. It was our class even before you were here. And now 3 of us are gone, and 3 strangers are here. Well, I'm not accustomed to using such language, but I guess we're all just freaking.
Mr. Moore, we were a unit, a team of really together academic overachievers. And all of a sudden, 3 of our friends are gone, and we're sitting here next to La Bamba and La Bimbo.
And an extra from Do the Right Thing.
Okay. Now listen to me. Janice and Jawaharlal and Maria have moved on for their own reasons, and we accept that. Now we have 3 new students, and we should accept them.
Can I say something?
Sure.
This ain't your class. I mean, this is a public high school in the city of New York. A municipality to which my parents pay taxes, which, by the way, pays for his salary, your books, and her desk. I mean, I passed all the tests, got all the grades, and I belong here just as much as anybody. And by the way, so does he. And so does she. I mean, it's a privilege to be in here, but you don't own it. Sorry, Mr. Moore.
No, go on.
Well, it's important for me to be in this class. I got a lot of things I want to achieve.
Yeah. Her, and her.
That's not why I'm in here. I'm in here because my parents can't afford parochial school anymore. And I need to be in a good school. I mean, I want to go on and become an archaeologist. I want to study ancient civilizations. And I want to go to Machu Picchu, Stonehenge, and Easter Island.
That is a great idea.
Go now! Look, I'm here, and I'm staying here. And if you guys don't like it, well, that's too bad. And if you girls don't like it, well, I think I'll have to kill myself.
I have to add my voice to this.
I'd be surprised if you didn't.
Thank you. I love this. The hostility, the clash between the old and the new, the love triangle, the Idaho hiker hacker.
Get to the point.
I'm an artist. I need tension, polarity, conflict. I need to suffer. You know what I mean? I'm saying I love you for hating me with open arms.
Well, thank you, Aristotle. That was refreshing.
Oh, is it my turn to say something?
Yes, but you don't have to.
Oh, okay, thanks.
Okay. Well, I trust we all see...
I think that it's our collective karma that's brought us here together at this moment in time on this, our planet Earth. To experience together whatever it is we're supposed to experience. And I've had a lot of experience with the experience. My family moves around all the time. I'm always the new kid in class. The boys always like me, but for some reason the girls don't. But just when everybody finally gets to know the real me, it's time for me to move on to my next experience. So just this once, I'd like to make friends early so that I could enjoy the experience before I leave the experience. For another experience.
Well, thank you, Vicky. Aristotle, Alex, you all spoke eloquently. Certainly from the heart. You know, I was once new in this class, and these people made me feel quite welcome. Eventually. I'm sure that, given a chance, they'll do the same for you.
I would like to say something. Welcome to our class.
All right.
You too. Welcome. Cool. And to you, I would like to extend a really big, traditional IHP welcome.
Thanks. Eric's got the right idea. Welcome.
Hey! Isn't anybody gonna kiss me? Oh, that's cool. I'll wait.
Okay, come on, it's time for class picture. Up against the wall, everybody. Okay, you're gonna have to squeeze in real close now. Come on. Get together. Eric, why don't you be next to Simone, okay? Get really close. Somebody fill this in down. TJ, why don't you get over there?
Me too?
Well, by the time this gets in the yearbook, you'll be in the class. Come on.
Word!
All right, everybody, give me a big smile now. This
Excuse
is
me,
looking
Mr.
good.
Moore. Once again, I want to beg your...
Look.
What's going on here?
It's perfect, okay? It's all in focus. You just push the button, okay?
Oh, what a swell idea. All right, everybody smile now. Look happy.
See you tomorrow. Bye.
Mr. Moore?
Yeah.
We'd just like to say thank you for helping us fit in today. I mean, they're really not a bad bunch of kids.
Yeah, I kind of like them.
I feel like this whole experience is something that I'm going to relive over and over again in future lives.
I often feel that way myself.
Don't worry, Mr. Moore. I'll be on time and on top, and I won't cause any more trouble than anybody else in this class.
Now that is really a frightening thought.